Here we go with the double big uns. Let's get it going. And my opponent, LegionHeir, coming in with Valkyria and the boys of Khorne. I like the fight so far. Alright, we got the little goblin warlord. We got the gobos. We got more gobos. I think you know what the name of the game is today. These goblins, they ain't no bitch. Yeah, don't underestimate the goblins. They will stab your ankles till you're done. Two sneaky fanatics, two sneaky skulkers, a bunch of arrows, two sneaky arrows, and two big guns. Why two big guns? Well, I think it's just fun. We got two cultists, soul grinder, Valkyria, bunch of marauders. I think those marauders won't like the big guns quite too much. But yeah, why the goblin warlord versus something like Wurzag or whatever? Wurzag would just be too easy now, wouldn't it? And I like the goblin war boss, especially when you can give an area anti-large. That is really strong, especially when you know you're going to go up against things like minotaurs, bloodthirsters, soul grinders, maybe even chariots. If my opponent, LegionHeir, is so reluctant. So yeah, he wants to come play, we're going to make him play. Also, the Tormentor Sword is a good net. I hate nets. I complain about nets all the time. But this net is fine because it only lasts a few seconds. A couple seconds, really. I think it's like 5-6 seconds. And that's it. It's not 12 to 15. It's not 20 to 30. And it doesn't have like 18 charge. It is reusable. It has a long cooldown. And that's fine. And here's a great spear from LegionHeir. Good stuff. That's what happens when you sit there and nonsensically use your units like that. Although it was only 600 value. And they're only goblins, but it's not the worst. We got the fanatics coming in, getting their loons ready. Have some goblins in the forest waiting to take on anything and protect my boys. Doesn't know where he wants to go with those units in the forest, though. He doesn't know if he wants to go for the second objective or not. He probably should go for the third objective, the second objective, the third objective or my home objective, but he's got some flesh hounds. Hounds of the Blood Hunt. Really unnecessary. The only thing that's going to be useful on them is the, well, contact effect isn't bad. That means they won't get poisoned. But the magic resistance removing aura is going to be kind of wasted. We got some doggos eating up my gobos. Those poor gobos, they're not going to last. You're going to slow them down for the next charge. They ain't going to last. We got some loons in there off screen, but being surrounded by goblins, those marauders aren't going to last. And we're going to send in the spider riders to come pick off those those doggos. I don't think they're poison arrows either. I think those are the ROR with the armor piercing shots. No, those are regular old spider riders. Doing good damage too. Marauders are gone. All that leaves is cultists. We have a points lead. We're catching up in value, slowly but surely. Especially once we get rid of those dogs. And then as soon as he goes for the third objective, I go for his objective. And that's typically what you want to do. When an opponent makes a move on another objective, you go in there and you crush. Because they are now trying to fight on multiple fronts. He can go onto my home objective, which is fine. I got fanatics there that will loon them to death. Valkyria really should be disrupting my backline, honestly. I didn't see we had some boar boy big uns, so we can intercept anywhere we need to go. Another spear, solid spear. I was too late on the micro. And here we go, Tormentor Sword and the mushrooms on top of the minotaurs. It will minus 24 melee defense hurts. Minus 24 melee attack also hurts. Making your big guns anti-large and increasing their AP by 25% really hurts minotaurs. And look at that damage. They just came in and disappeared. Oh, those big... Oh, man. And that's not even on the wall yet. Even Valky's getting a fistful. Jeez. Got Marauder surrounding the Gobbo, but he's anti-infantry, so I'm not too worried. And we got boar boys. We got savage savage boys. Ugh. So many boys. Yeah, we got savage boys fighting in the marauders. Thinking about it now, bringing in the boar boys. Damn, that minotaur got flown. Bringing in the the savage boys might have been a mistake, but thinking there'd be a bunch of marauders and minotaurs, I don't think so. Maybe because of things like bloodletters and other demons, but I would say 8 times out of 10 it's mostly going to be marauders and minotaurs, so it's not the worst pick. I give up on this flank altogether because we're pushing up on his objective. And even though he's got a second set of minotaurs, Valkia and his other first set of minotaurs are going to go, especially after that. There goes Valkia. One more punch and that'll do. I'll probably lose both big guns here, but in exchange I will have a bigger army on his home objective, and then he's gonna have to run everything over here, and if he does, I can just steal the other objective. I'm playing to Greenskins' biggest strength, which is stealing objectives. And really, yeah, it's just marauders here. Marauders, the brutes over there, which aren't bad, but we got enough arrows to really hunt them down. And here they come, squigs, boar boys. Yeah, there's not much you can do. Here comes a soul grinder, but it's going to be intercepted by those boar boys. And those marauder berserkers are just getting pushed back. To be fair, though, this is one of the few times I've seen LegionHeir play Khorne. I think this might actually be his first time. I get my Goblin Boss caught up into a pile of nope, and I gotta get him out of there. Valkia coming down onto the War Boys, which I think is a big mistake, because they will wreck her shit. Big Gun versus Soul Grinder. Big Gun will lose that, but with all the support, that Soul Grinder's gonna go. And that's the weakness to Khorne, among many other things, is they will eventually peter out. They don't have cheap units you can keep cycling in to deal massive amounts of damage. Not only that, their armor ability takes a long time to get to. At least the Sword of Khorne does. It takes 300 kills, 200 for the unkillable for 1 unit, and 100 for the 40 plus to a surrounding area. And with things like healing and such, unless you're fighting a faction that doesn't have any of that, or high armor, or long-standing units, or just maybe a lot of ranged units you can't reach, it's gonna be a hassle. It's gonna be a long, sad hassle. Here come those doggos resummoned. These really should be flesh hounds instead of the ROR variant. Here we are on his objective. The squigs are just gonna chew through anything he really throws at them. Unless they're large. And we took care of all his large units. Soul Grinder and everything. Dodging Swords of Khorne like Charles Barkley. Boom! I don't know why I said that. But yeah, we're dodging Swords of Khorne, folks. And it was slick. Running the Flesh Hounds into Boar Boy Big Guns, not where I'd want to be, especially with all that armor. Oh, those are Savage Boys. So maybe it was the right choice. Still, yeah. Orcs trade very well. Upwardly, too. Even with their price hikes and price nerfs to certain units, there's still just a savage bunch to deal with. Yeah, he's got to bring the cultists all the way down here, and I could just do a little cycling with these Spider Riders. They're faster, they have poison, and the units he's got sitting there don't have shields, so perfect target. Knights of the Brazen Throne coming in. But we're gonna hit them boys with the Mushroom Cloud, lowering their melee defense. We're gonna rampage them, and we're gonna send in the Boar Boy Big Guns to just chew through them. And we're gonna give the Boar Boys in that area anti-large, plus the extra AP. Wow, just watch them disappear. Jeez. I love Knights of the Brazen. This hurts, you know. This hurts watching one of my favorite factions just get dunked on. But it's like, what do you expect? The Khorne is just so predictable. They have such a small roster, a lot of their units aren't cost effective. Oh, it increases base damage too, so yeah, they are just done. They are done. They have some of the best cav in the game for the price. I mean, what can you do when you're Khorne? even in melee, you can't really trade upwards to them. You know what I would have brought? Well, this is all always afterwards, in hindsight. And that's... What would I would have brought? You could bring Elite. You could bring Chaos Warriors or Chosen. Dual Axe variant. But then you're dealt with, what? The big guns? What do you do then? You bring Scarbrand against 2 big guns and the Goblin War Boss. Lower Scarbrand's melee defense to 26 versus 2 big guns, which are hitting on 60. On top of anti-large plus 30. I think it's 20. I think it's 16 or 30. Oh yeah, pretty sure it's 16. Never mind. So they go from 60 melee attack to 76. Damn near 1,000 in damage. Scarbrand can do some damage, but 2 big guns might be too much. And if we rampage him, Scarbrand's dead. And then you're down almost 3,000 value. Yeah, it's just, what can you do? What can you do? So that's why you don't bring a bunch of Chosen and such. Maybe starting up with 2... Actually, I think trading out that Soul Grinder for a thing of Minotaurs would have been fun. 3 Minotaurs to come chew through anything large, I think would have gave me a run for my money. But you'd be surprised how well some nasty Skulkers will chew through Minotaurs. 160 models, it's going to take them a while. Even with 44 melee attack, it's a dead Skulker every other second, but when you have arrows and such helping out, it can be a real bother. Worst part is there was no Furies. He brought 2 Cultists. They're very slow, and they haven't gotten their value in terms of the Bloodletters they could summon. And that's the thing, I think Cultists these days are actually pretty weak. They take too long to summon. That's just it. That's all they're worth is summoning, and they can't even do that right. And it's only 1 charge of it, too, versus when it used to be. I think it used to be 2. Yeah. TA has nerfed a lot of tricks that many factions can do, so they don't. So they can't even compete. A lot of the Chaos factions, too. Which kind of sucks. Even factions that don't have range and only have melee and their best tools are usually getting nerfed. Or even if they do have range and they still get nerfed. Goddamn CA. I know it's funny too, I was thinking, why do they make them so overpowered? Oh yeah, because they want to sell DLC. Only to nerf it within a few months. So they're really doing themselves, they're not really doing themselves a favor. Just making more work for themselves, which is kind of dumb. But hey, that's what sells. And here we go, those summonings, gone. What did it do? I can't tell you because it's not value accumulated. Didn't kill anything. Here we are, back to trying to steal another objective on the side. My Warlord's probably going to get popped, but not before I take out most of these Marauders with those loons. They came, they went, they died. No, they came, they saw, they died. Because these squigs are going to clean up most of these Marauders. What's left? Some dingy Bloodletters? Yep. If second objective wasn't mine now, it sure is. Now I'm just waiting for something to actually be worth killing to come through. Got Skulkers picking up on those Cultists, so... yeah, there's really not much Legion could do as we just keep pelting most of his Marauders. Eventually take his third objective. Probably get some Fanatics in here or something. He needs more Fleshhounds to come deal with these boys. Fleshhounds would be great right now. More Minotaurs, Sword of Khorne dropped on my boys. Ugh. It's gonna help out a lot. Wasn't paying attention. Although, it doesn't seem like it's gonna change much. He's got I just need 200 points now, and I'm on 2 objectives. And the Minotaurs can't cut through all this in time, especially with the Arrow Boys helping. And eventually the Skulkers coming in. And these are Boy big guns, so they will give the Minotaurs the what for. And we're still cycling those poor Marauder horsemen. Marauders. Ugh. So see, Haven't seen Marauders in a while, sorry. Night Goblin Archers coming in. Deal with these boys. And yeah, eventually we're going to push up once these Bloodletters are dealt with these units down here, up onto his objective. Oh look, some more hounds. No, it looks like he's retaking the objective. Everything there's dead. It's not too bad. Minotaur's probably cleaned up real well. But it's a little too late. I'm going to need only, what, 80 points by the time he captures that? Maybe less. And I'm retaking the third objective. We got Skulkers, we got boys, we got healing. Nothing he's got has fire damage. There's barely anything here besides dogs. And we're going to shoo away most of these units by the time they get here. Get 'em, boys! And all we have to do is resummon a unit. Probably just send in one thing, a cap, to come deal with the dogs. And here come the Boar Boy Big Guns downhill charge. It's gonna hurt! It's gonna hurt! And it sure does. Almost 2,000 damage. No, oh jeez, now it's 2,000. Jeez! Yeah, Boar Boys don't mess around. Counter charge from the Minotaurs, not bad, but it's not gonna be enough because we only need 20 points. And if we wanted to, we could probably just go steal the other objective. Well, we're just gonna kill everything here so we can just push up. Because we got these lovely, lovely river trolls, which are going to lower the melee attack of everything surrounding. May not do much, but I think it will do enough. Flesh Hounds crumble, and everything else is just going to die. GG's, Legion. GG's. Looking at the value now, Goblin War Boss, he didn't accumulate his value, but he sure as hell was a good support. He helped the Big Guns actually get their value. I was surprised the Big Guns actually reached almost one of them at least. Boar Boys! River thing almost accumulated its value, probably if we would have went. Savage Boys actually did. I mean, beating up Minotaurs and Soul Grinders and all them units probably will do that. Jeez. I didn't think they'd be that good. But they were. Jeez. 1827, not bad. And of course the Boar Boys did all the work. So sad for Khorne and all their Minotaurs. Oi, 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 oi. Alright, looking over. Valky at least paid for herself. Soul Grinder, not so much. Always the tail of it. So yeah, Cultist didn't do enough. Yeah, I hope you all liked that one. Please like, sub, follow me here on YouTube. Come see me on stream. Typically Fridays, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, but keep an eye out because of the holidays. So yeah, with all that said, y'all have a good one. Peace, and goodbye for now.